with me shortly, eh?
If you got the time, and if we've all got the time, we will.
Well, let's find some.
Okay.
See you, mate.
Righto, John.
Ronnie Quinton, Miss Helter Skelter in the first, but he does think his best hope is My Bell Jester in the Widden Stakes. How are you going, Andrew Bensley?
Very well, John. Yes, beautiful, warm, sunny day down here at Flemington. A lot of rain overnight, but only 7 mil here at Flemington. The track has come up a dead, but don't be too surprised if it does get an upgrade. Having a walk out there and spoken with a couple of other jockeys, Damien Oliver and Scott Seamer and the like, Craig Williams, they all believe it's on the verge of being good. We're going to be joined by Alf Matthews very shortly with Damien Oliver, but in the meantime, we're back to Warwick Farm.
Thanks, Andrew. Ron Duffy has jumped out from behind a pot plant with his thoughts on the first race.
Yeah, I think freshened back up Oomp's the one to beat here, John. She looked well. She's freshened up well. Dolce Veloce, fitter for one run back, might find a soft lead here, which gives her a good chance on a home track. I like this filly of Ron Quinton's, Miss Helter Skelter. She represents good value at 20 to 1. Had no luck against the older horses last start. And 6 Pirouettes second up here today. She ran into a dead end first up. Throw into your trifectas. But a tough race, 3-2-8-6.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you later. Ron Duffy at Warwick Farm. Right on start time now on the first of the day, the Winona Girl Handicap, and here's Ian.
Second pick on tab limited, number 4, and that's Breezer at 570. No wins yet, but 2 seconds and 5/3. Now they're all set, and we'll soon see them off. The rail is out 5 metres here today. Miss Helter Skelter a little bit on the edgy side. She faces better, Miss Helter Skelter. No, she wanted to get her head into the near side box again. And Covet's Gem is starting to become a little bit stirred up too, as is Pirouettes. Dolce Veloci's rider's not quite ready either, Larry Cassidy. She's become really stirred up, Dolce Veloci. Small field, but some of these fillies were well and truly on their toes. Flying Visit resumes today. Miss Helter Skelter and Covet's Gem still the worries. Line better, they're off this time. Covet's Gem missed it by a length or so, and Pirouettes and Oomph bounced out in front. Oomph is looking for the lead and gets it narrowly from Pirouettes, and then Dolce Veloci followed by Breezer. Flying Visit is not far away, followed by Tell Someone, a couple of lengths to Miss Helter Skelter, and a half length to Covet's Gem on the outside as they race along towards the 800 marker. And Dolce Veloci, the leader, tackled for the front spot by Breezer, a length and a half to Oomph and a length and a quarter then to Flying Visit, parked on the inside of Pirouettes, followed by Miss Helter Skelter over on the inside of Tell Someone, and Covet's Gem is the trailer. 550 metres to go, and Dolce Veloci is the leader, a half to 3/4 of a length on Breezer, little over a length the Flying Visit, parked inside of Oomph, who's moving forward, a length to Pirouettes, Miss Helter Skelter from Tell Someone and Covet's Gem. They're homeward bound, and Dolce Veloci straightens up a half Breezer. Oomph is tackling the pair, Flying Visit behind them and wider Pirouettes, and then Miss Helter Skelter down past the 200. Dolce Veloci taken on in earnest by Breezer and Oomph. Flying Visit getting up on the inside, and then Pirouettes. Breezer hits the front. Oomph is coming at Breezer as they reach the line. Oomph, I reckon, a nostril to Breezer. Third, Dolce Veloci, followed by Miss Helter Skelter. On the outside, next in the run, Pirouettes from Flying Visit, Tell Someone, and Covet's Gem at the tail of the field. Photo call for in the first of the day. From where I stand, a little past the post, you'd have to favour the outside horse here, and that is Oomph, number 3. But Breezer is right in it, up to her ears. Oomph, number 3, showing $3 and $1.40, and Breezer, number 4, was $4.70 and $1.50. Having a look at the slow motion replay here as they get down to the line, and that's been frozen well past the post, but number 3 will get there, don't worry about that. And has officially, number 3 is the winner, Oomph, written by Len Beasley. It's been a happy start to the day, following a big one on Saturday, with 2 Group 1s to his credit. Number
3, 3, 4 and 2 in the first race there at Warwick Farm. For Kerry Jordan, $3 and $1.40. More on that race for you shortly. We're back here at
Tab second elector's Young Challenger at 5.10. It's also second pick on course, and National Chase is the third favourite at $6.40, a little tighter than that on track, and then out to Pentastic and Latent. They're just about ready. Brandenburg on the inside with Latent. A little bit of movement there. Carreas has an attendant with it now, and they're off. And they're racing in the first on the card with Latent. Brandenburg, the first couple out. Young Challenger going up, and so is Carreas on the outside of these as they settle down. Just behind them is National Chase over on the outside, being trailed closely then by Mountain Shadow. And back to the tail of Millipede with Lord Dean last of all. Out past the 1,700 metres, and Young Challenger has gone to the lead. Hasn't crossed over though, and Latent retained the inside. A length and a half away is Pentastic, third on the inside, with going up on its outside National Chase now. It's got into a clear third. Brandenburg is fifth on the rail, followed by Carreas. They're trailed then by Mountain Shadow, Millipede, and Lord Dean as last of the 9. About 10 lengths would cover them at the very most, and Young Challenger sailed along on top, leading by the best part of 2.5. National Chase is second by the 1,200 metres, and in behind those horses is Latent, a length and a half to Pentastic, fourth. Brandenburg away from the pace today is fifth on the inside, 3/4 of a length Carreas, being trailed then by Mountain Shadow. Going past the 1,000-metre mark, Millipede is next to last, and Lord Dean is last of all. It's Young Challenger in front, coming up the side by 3/4 of a length. National Chase is second, Latent the inside is third, 3/4 away fourth the outside Pentastic, and Brandenburg is fifth the rail. Carreas sixth the outside as they neared the corner. They're followed by Mountain Shadow, Millipede, and a length and a half to Lord Dean. Coming around the home turn, a little over 600 out now, and it's going to be Young Challenger from National Chase, Latent, and coming around them now, Carreas is starting a run, moving up 3 wide with its effort on the outside as they corner, and Pentastic is just inside it. Millipede's pulled to the outside as they enter the straight, and here on the outside now, Carreas 4 away from the rail has gone up with National Chase. They take the lead with Pentastic in the middle, finishing it better at the moment. Pentastic set the front inside the 300 from National Chase. Young Challenger's battling, Carreas is struggling, can't go on. Pentastic from National Chase, who's kicking back well. Pentastic on the outside, about a head in front. National Chase kicking strongly. Pentastic just for the advantage from National Chase, and Pentastic by a long head to National Chase. 3 lengths to Young Challenger holding on to third, in advance of Lord Dean, who's come from last, and then Mountain Shadow. Carreas very ordinary over the last 200 or 300, followed in by Latent, Brandenburg, and Millipede as last of all.
Number 3, Pentastic, ridden by Michael Barlow and trained by David Hall, $8.70, $2.02. National Chase, ridden by Ernie Marchant, $2.10. And number 5, Young Challenger, will be third, ridden by Howard Cheng at $1.70 for a place. The placings will be 3, 2 and 5. Race 1 at Flemington. That favourite Carreas struggling a fair way from home, and has finished out of the placings and been safely held in the finish. That's race 1 at Flemington. We'll be back for race 2, an interesting affair, the Maribyrnong Trial Stakes over 900 metres. Now race 1 at Cheltenham in 6, Boogie Night 26, 16 Hamster Jazz.
Then Beasley beat 4 Breezer, 2 third Dolce Veloci. And the 4th number in that first event of the day was... I didn't write it down. Anyway, let's concentrate on pirouettes, I think it was, yeah. Okay, now Riona's coming up here, and we're waiting also for Sadler's Silk and also for January. I see January is out of a mare called Record Month. Go Mist is about to come forward, and Sample is still away. Club's colours being utilised on Sample, with Chris Munce in the saddle, and Snippety Lass, ridden by Rodney Quinn, has the other AJC jacket aboard, or Rodney does. Now, Go Mist has settled in the stalls, Punnet's Lane and Sadler's Silk, the 2 to come along. Strong hand here with Ron Quinton training 1 and 2, My Bell Jester and Chatelaine. Dawn of Dawns, raced by Singo, formerly known as Mount White, where Singo has his property, the Strawberry Hill stud, but they changed the name to Dawn of Dawns. Trained by Clary Connors. Clary's also got January here. Clary, of course, training Delollies, the Jim Crack winner for Singo. Now we're just about ready for action in the Widden Stakes, as Sample moves up to an outside gate. 1,000 ahead of them here. My Bell Jester, the favourite, occupies the inside stall. Gateman clustered around Sample. Highest Towie, Dawn of Dawn's riders out of the saddle. I refer to Corey Brown. Standing on the uprights. And the three clerks of the course aboard their grey chargers. Steely grey a little today. They're sweating up a couple of them, particularly the clerks of the course's horses. Anyway, there's more action at the station. They'll be off at any moment when Highest settles. It's a chance. They're off this time, and Sample wide out, one of the smartest away. Sadler's Silk jumped out quickly, and so did Snippety Last. And Highest is going fast. My Bell Jester and Chatelaine not far away from Punnet's Lane, Riona. Now Sadler's Silk is losing ground from Go Mist, Dawn of Dawns and January. And Little Red Riding Hood is last with 6:20 left to travel. And Snippety Lass is the leader, about a half length on the favourite. My Bell Jester getting right up on the inside. A length and a half to Sample on the outside of Highest and to Riona. About three further back Chatelaine, and then Go Miss, followed by Sadler's Silk. Punnet's Lane's dropped off, and then Little Red Riding Hood and Dawn of Dawns and January are last around the corner. And here Snippety Lass just leads from My Bell Jester. A couple of lengths Highest, and Riona's running a nice race in the All Cerise on the outside. Snippety Lass got to the lead, but here's Riona, the big danger. Wide out on the track is Chatelaine rattling home, but Riona got away, and Riona's going to take out the Widden. It's Riona beating Chatelaine. Big effort, the second filly. Third, I'd say Highest, and close up on the inside Snippety Lass, and Sadler's Silk got home well. And then came Little Red Riding Hood, Sample, January, My Bell Jester, well again costly, and beat about three in Go Mist, Punnet's Lane and Dawn of Dawns. Little money to say that she'd race. Well, Riona, and she did. Larry Cassidy for John Hawkes. Number 9, Riona by Strategic. Gee, isn't he going well as a stallion? Out of Tromper, of course, bred by the Inghams, who raced both the sire and dam. She was a lunchtime mare, Tromper, or is a lunchtime mare. And Riona, number 9, has paid a dividend of $13 upwards for the win, and 10 cents to add. 13.10 and 3.80. Second placing goes to number 2. That was a big run for second. Chatelaine got out very wide in the straight. She's paid $2.30, and number 5 is third, and that is Highest. Grant Buckley has paid $10.40. Quinella $42.80, Exacta $125.30. The trifecta is $1,848.20. Time is 58.05, and that'll stand as a race record. Ravage ran 59.60 when she won the Widden out here in 1983. So it's 9.25 and the fourth to come, and the costly failure was My Bell Jester. So she's been very well tried at her only 2 starts, but has been very disappointing on both occasions. 9.25, and the runner up there, namely Chatelaine by Flying Spurs, raced by Jeff Wild and his family, Jeff and Barbara Wild.
And she...
Fellow Zibolino, he's trialled to stand by here. Hello. Yes, okay. Thank you. Zibolino will be vetted at the start before being allowed to take its place in the field. If he did come out, he is the sub, so we can't go any further than that, really, and the second pick is far from clear-cut. It would be either Orange Boy or Jestabella. Now, he's been captured here by the clerk of the course, Zibolino. Unhappily so, he's trying to get away again, but now the barrier attendant has made his way down there, and will clip on a lead rein to bring him back, no doubt. In the meantime, most of the field has been locked away. Still Appian Way out of the line, and so too is Bardigo. And Bardigo, trained by Leon Corstens, he won this race last year with Malagra Miss. Fillies going out against the Colts, and that hasn't happened all that long, but the fillies did Quinella the race last year against the Colts. Zibolino top pick here, Jestabella. Filly by Rory's Jester is the second elect in the race, and Orange Boy is the third favourite in the race. He looked a very speedy type, Orange Boy. Close coupled little Rory's Jester. well bred out of Hippopotamus. He came up as a top rater, and he looked trained right up to run a good race here, did Orange Boy. It's disappointing this happens because you get these horses that are standing in the gates and they have to wait for such a long time for the others to move in. And there's Zibolino back behind the gates again, and Damien Oliver about to be legged back aboard. So they continue to move them in. So it looks like it would be past fit to run. So Damien back on board now, and it looks like they're going to bring him straight back into the gates here. In the meantime, working on Bardigo. It'll take the outside barrier next to Alto Ego and Appian Way. Bardigo ready. Gestabella's moved up into her place in the stall, so Zibolino is going to be the last to move along. Three of the more favoured runners will be drawn alongside one another. Zibolino in the 4 gate as the lights get turned on. Orange Boy in 5. Gestabella is in 6. Nikos stood up in 3. It's well in the market. Bardigo drawn the outside. Now Zibolino is going up into the stalls. He's ready. Field is set 900 metres. Listed Maribyrnong trial. Lights flash. Orange Boy got a little towie. They're ready. Wild Knight stands well, they're off. Zibolino began awkwardly and checked Nikos at the start. Orange Boy got away fast, and so did Gestabella, Alto Ego, and going out fast is Bardigo on the outside rail. Looks like only 2 will come down the flat side rail. They're Ferrari Uno, and down there in company with it is Wild Knight. On this grandstand side, Gestabella, the baldy-faced leader ahead there of going with it on the outside is Bardigo, and Orange Boy is closer to the middle of the track, clear of Alto Ego. Zibolino's coming down the middle of the course. He's spotting these leaders a fair start. Appian Way is under pressure, and then Nikos. They're coming towards the 200-metre mark, and the grandstand has the lead, and it's Bardigo going for home and kicking away. Orange Boy can't go on, nor Gestabella. Appian Way makes ground, and then Fair Bit, but it's well clear Bardigo. Leon Corstens is going to win it again, and Bardigo has streaked away to win by 5 lengths to Appian Way. Nikos got up for 3rd, and then Fair Bit, followed in by Ferrari Uno, clearly the first one home on that flat side. Zibolino was next, trailed further back by Alto Ego, and back behind them were Hickok, and they were trailed then by Orange Boy, who showed pace before weakening, and so did Gestabella, and Wild Knight back amongst the tail enders after coming down the flat side. Bardigo has strolled home, number 10, ridden by Greg Childs. Absolutely donkey licking them over the last 150 metres, and has cruised home untouched as filly by Barathea from Devil's Gold. Number 10, Bardigo, Greg Childs first, trained by Leon Corstens. Leon won the race last year with Malagramis, and this one's paying $25.20 and $4.70. Second placing goes to number 2, Appian Way, Danny Nikolic. Third, number 7, Nikos, ridden by Darren Gauci. Numbers in the Maribyrnong trial at 10, 2 and 6. 10, 2 and 6. Fourth home was 11, Fairbit, and fifth in the race was number 3, Ferrari Uno, who was clearly first home on the flat side of those 2 horses who ventured down the inside of the straight.
Okay, we're back.
9th of June. Won them all. So how will he go today? He's drawn in gate number 10, the outside of the line, which means he'll start from gate 9 with the scratching of Call Me Lily. And they're all set, ready to go. Race number 3 here, and they're off. And talking about Yes Chief, he was one of the smartest out, but doesn't look as though he'll stay in the lead as Routine Blue is moving forward with Arrogant Lad. Our Midnight Star and Marwin Gold, the top weight, is booting up on the inside. Little more than a length gap in proceedings to Kid, followed closely by Raymond and 2 to Roden and Kurrajong Mist. They race in the direction of the 1,000 marker, and Routine Blue is just the leader from Marwin Gold, and 2.5 to Arrogant Lad, 1/2 to Raymond the inside. Not far back next is Kid, and then comes Yes Chief, followed by Roden. Kurrajong Missed the inside, and Absolute in the field is Our Midnight Star. 750 metres ahead of them, and Routine Blue, a clear-cut leader from Marwin Gold. In the third spot, about 4 away, Raymond being shaken up to make ground, and Kid being pushed along, and then Arrogant Lad, followed by Kurrajong Missed, then Roden. Yes Chief has got some work to do. He's back second last, and Our Midnight Star whips them in on the corner. Routine Blue is the leader, 3/4 of a length on Marwin Gold. 2 lengths to Raymond, who's tracking Marwin Gold, and a couple to Kid, and then Carajong missed under the stick in the stretch and down to the 200, and Routine Blue in front. Raymond on the outside, the immediate threat, and Raymond is bridging the gap on Routine Blue, and they're clear of the rest of the horses. Raymond runs to Routine Blue, put the nose in front, and Raymond's doing by far the better. And Raymond, an easy winner from Routine Blue. Marwin Gold third, then Kid. Carajong missed. Yes, Chief made up a little leeway from Our Midnight Star, then Roden, and Absolute was Arrogant Lad. Raymond, number 7, 540 and 170, beating Routine Blue, number 8, 250, and Marwin Gold, number 1 at $1.80. He's going very well, Raymond. Joseph Pride training him out here at Warwick Farm for Mr. R and Mrs. J. Rutley. Races in the Georgie Boy colours, and Dr. P.H. Hughes is in the ownership of this 4-year-old bay gelding by Truly Vain from Cathedral. 7 starts, 3 wins. He might be going somewhere. 2 seconds and 2/3, so he's never been out of the place. Number 7, Raymond Christmonths is the winner. Number 8 is second, Routine Blue, written by Darren Beedman for Jack Denham. By Blues Traveller from Alice Downs, a bay horse 4, and third goes to 1 Marwin Gold. Grant Buckley for Gary Portelli. Marwin Gold, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding. Marwina, Princess Man Marigold. And the fourth goes to number 4, and that was Kid. Now the Quinella, 28.20, Exacta 67.60, Trifecta 231.70, and we're waiting on the first 4 dividend to come to hand. Special div on the extra double, $5.10.
Righto, Ian, 781, race 3 at Warwick Farm. We'll race 6, 2 and 10, and that race is now paying. They're moving in at Flemington. Madison Girl 270, River Dove 350, and Laton Kiki at $4.80. Only a few to go up. Here's Greg with race 3.
Now Laton Kiki moved in, completed the line-up, so they're set to run. Madison Girl 270 is the favourite, drawn gate 2 in blue colours. Racing, and she began reasonably with River Dove. All 4s got away okay. Laton Kiki flew out in the red colours on the outside and is leading as they settle into stride. Down towards the 800 metres, Laton Kiki is in front with Madison Girl now coming across and actually heading her. They're followed by River Dove improving to third. Out closest to the middle of the track, all 4s is just inside her in the white colours, trailed by Easy Virtue, and dropping out last is Bay of Silk. They're heading to the 500 metres, and it's Madison Girl on the outside rail from all 4s. River Dove and Laton Kiki is now under pressure fourth, followed by Easy Virtue and Bay of Silk. Madison Girl in front, River Dove coming after her. They're getting towards the 250 metre mark now, and it's River Dove furthest away from the rail, getting up to Madison Girl. Easy Virtue's running on well now, and then Bay of Silk. It's River Dove with Easy Virtue coming at it. River Dove about a head in front of Easy Virtue, 50 to go. River Dove retaining a neck advantage, will be too good. River Dove by a neck on the line, Easy Virtue. Bay of Silk got up for third. Madison Girl dropped out, and at the tail all 4s in company with Laton Kiki. River Dove the winner to pay 340 and 170, a little too strong for Easy Virtue, with Bay of Silk getting into third, no third place dividend. Disappointing run from Madison Girl, who wanted the front, went hard early, but was one of the first beaten when River Dove claimed her. Easy Virtue loomed up with a menacing run with about 200 to go, but when River Dove saw her there and the chips were down, she really fought on well. She held her very strongly, and she wasn't going to get past River Dove. She won at Ballarat last time out at her first run in. It was a good effort in winning there. She came through in the worst part of the track, but was still able to gain the photo. This afternoon she's been quite a bit too strong for them. Trained by Matthew Ellerton and ridden by Brett Preble. I think all 3 winners so far today have been Flemington trained. Yeah, they have. Fantastic. It was a Flemington trained trifecta in the Maribyrnong trial, won by Bardigo, and another Flemington trained winner here in River Dove, beating Easy. 7. Chris Muntz beat 8-1-4. The second 9, Riona El Cassidy from 2-5-12, and 3 Oomph on the first, El Beasley from 4-2 and 6. Looking forward to next Sunday. It's a Canberra Cup Day, and always a great afternoon of racing in the national capital, and the Cup for 2001 next Sunday. Look forward to going down there and enjoying the action. Now coming up to line here, Gone is in, a nice mare by Grosvenor. Young Lang Syne is set. Tracy Ann has taken up her position.
Feed the Meter about to come up with Asylum, Alex Field, Koala Con getting on in years now. Koala Con, he's 9, and Kessia is 8. Now Gone standing well in the inside gate here. The popular pick at 270 and 140 on track. She's been a bit of a drifter, Gone. She's out about a point from her opening quote, and Clonmel has been tried, and so too has Feed the Meter. There's been late money for the Gold Coast train, the Gary Stewart prepared Feed the Meter. Brian York aboard, purple, white stars and cap. So little money for Feed the Meter. So an interesting race. And we're all set and ready to see them run. 21:30 the journey. And they're off. Gone, the favourite from the inside, jumped out cleanly. Good go for the early lead. Clonmel just has it now from Feed the Meter and Alex Field. Gone fourth. Tracy Ann next. Wider out is Tons of Talk, and a length further back Young Lang Syne on the inside of Koala Con. Next to last is Asylum, and immediately the Almere Kessia whips them in. Out of the straight they travel up past the 1700 metres, and Brian York on Feed the Meter takes the Gold Coast train galloper to the lead, and at the 1600 Feed the Meter opens up about 2.5 lengths on Clonmel. About a length and 3/4 to Gone, 3/4 the outside Alex Field, a length to Tracy Ann, and its quarters on the outside as Tons of Talk, and then Koala Con, it's inside and shading Koala Con, Young Lang Syne, Asylum is second last, and Kessia throwing the head up and down at the tail of the field. Racing towards the 1200 marker, and Feed the Meter in charge by 3/4 to a length on Clonmel. Gone being given a nice run by Corey Brown, third, and Alex Field is fourth. Moving around them quickly, Kessia, Larry Cassidy wasn't obviously happy with the way the horse had settled. In fact, it threw its head up and down, and he decided, righto girl, you're 8 years of age and you got to do some work, and around the outside she goes, and she takes the lead narrowly from Feed the Meter, and 3 to Clonmel, a length and a half to Gone. Similar gap to Alex Field, another length and a half coming Tons of Talk around Tracy Ann, and then Young Lang Syne, Koala Con, and Asylum is a distant last. They work their way down the side, coming towards the 600. Good duel here between Feed the Meter and Kessia, and Feed the Meter is about a head on Kessia, and Corey Brown is about to ease around them on the favourite Gone, and Clonmel under the 61.5 is going to have to go very wide from Tracy Ann looking for the run, and Tons of Talk to the extreme outside around the corner, and Gone hits the front now. Gone the length on Clonmel. Feed the Meter's history, and so too is Kessia. Tons of Talk battling on. Gone, no good thing. Clonmel put the nose in front. It's Clonmel, a half, 3/4 of a length Gone, who is Gone, and Clonmel, big effort, 61.5. Clonmel for the money. Gone second, dead heat third, Asylum and Tracy Ann, followed by Feed the Meter, Tons of Talk, Koala Con, and then a gap Young Lang Syne, Alex Field, and Kessia didn't race well today. Absolute. Well, there is just another classic reason, with a capital C for classic, why Gay Waterhouse is such an outstanding trainer. The horse Clonmel had its first start back from a long spell on the 15th of September at Rosehill over 1500, and ran a half-length second to the man. Good form, but that was its first start since the 3rd of June last year, and she stepped him up from 1500 to 21:30 today, 61.5 on his back, and he's done the rest. 1, 5 and 10 are the official placings. Number 1, Clonmel, Chris Muntz, 460.